Hey everyone! On today's video, I'm going to be sharing easy hacks to make Dollar Tree vases look high-end. These are very quick and simple techniques you can apply to any vase. They look and feel high-end and will only cost you a few dollars to make. I love how they all turned out, and I hope you do too. For project number 1, I'm going to be making a couple ceramic-looking modern candle holders. I purchased this pack of glass prep bowls from Dollar Tree. These are about 3.5 inch in diameter, and they came in a pack of 4. I'm going to be using 2 of them for this project. This 3-ounce glass, this was from Costco. It came in a pack filled with tiramisu, and I wanted to reuse them. And I'm also going to be using this glass from Dollar Tree. It has some weight to it, which is nice because it is going to make the finished project feel more high-end. I turned the larger glass over, and I'm going to glue the small bowl on top using E6000. So I apply the glue on the base of the glass where it's raised. I place the bowl on top and let that dry. And if you want to expedite drying time, you can add a few dabs of hot glue, but just make sure not to mix the two together. And I do the same thing with a smaller glass and bowl. I'm going to mix together apple barrels, Snow White, and Territorial Beige. Then I add some baking soda and a little bit of spackle to thicken up the mixture. I don't really measure the amount I add in, just know that the more you add, the thicker the mixture will be. But honestly, more or less of either, it still comes out beautifully. I apply the paint with a flat paintbrush, making downward strokes. Once you cover a section, move on to the next. You don't want to keep brushing over a section when it's still wet, otherwise the paint will come off. Then let it dry completely before applying another layer. You definitely want to use a heat gun or a hairdryer to dry the paint faster. For the smaller one, I want the mixture to be a little bit darker, so I add more of the darker paint, then I brush it on all over. And what I love about adding the baking soda and spackle is that it adds some beautiful texture when it dries, and it gives it a ceramic finish. I love how it turned out, even just by itself, or add some votive candles or succulents on top. So pretty and modern. For the next project, I'm going to be using Dollar Tree's cylinder vase. First, I pull out some tape, enough to go around the vase. You can use masking tape or painter's tape, and I rip it in half. Then I apply that on the vase about a few inches from the base with the ripped ends towards the bottom. I want to add a few more rips until I like how it looks. Then I make sure to push down those rip ends because I'm going to be painting over it. For my paint mixture, I'm doing the same thing as the first project, but I'm going to be using a metallic gold paint. This is from Folk Art, and then I add a little more baking soda and spackle for more texture. I brush on the paint, making sure to go downward, and once the area has been coated, I make sure it's completely dry before adding another layer. Then I turn it over and paint the bottom, and you can seal the bottom area as well once it is dried to prevent chipping. And the final step is to add a final layer of the paint without any baking soda in it, which you'll notice has dulled out the gold, but adding just a paint on top as a final top coat will bring back that metallic shine. I let it dry, and then my favorite part, I carefully and slowly peel off the tape. It's still a little tacky, which is just fine, and I push the edges down and it just clings to the glass. I love this little hack. You can do this with any vase. It's so quick and easy, but a stunning transformation. For the final DIY, I'm going to be using 16 tumbling tower blocks and about 5 craft cubes, both from Dollar Tree. I'm going to glue 4 blocks together to form a cross, and to get all the sides even, I'm going to cut down 2 blocks to about 1 5/8 of an inch, and I just use a miter box and saw to do that. Once that's cut, I glue them together like so to form a cross. Then I apply the glue on the 4 ends, and I take a block, stand it upright, and glue those together like so. And I do that for all sides. And this is going to be a perfect base for a cylinder vase, or even those little bowls that I used in the first project. Then I get a craft cube and glue 4 tumbling blocks around it. Then I apply glue on the ends and attached a craft cube on each block. I turn it over and I glue 4 additional blocks, standing upright on the edge of each cube. I'm going to add some color using Waverly Antique Wax, and I apply that with a damp cloth, and I wipe off the excess, and this will give it a very rustic finish when it dries. It's so adorable. I just love how it turned out. I place a glass bowl and a cylinder vase on top, both from Dollar Tree, and I am done. If you enjoyed this video, will you please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day today. Bye!